In this video, we are going to be solving multi-step equations. This is something that we have started in 8th grade math. Our first equation is 4p equals 12 times the quantity of p minus 2. I want to remind us of the order of operations here. Okay. First, we need to check the parentheses. Is there anything we can simplify inside our parenthesis? And p and negative 2 are not like terms, so we cannot simplify those. We don't have any exponents, so we move on to multiplication. And when we distribute this 12 in, the operation that's happening between the 12 and what's inside the parenthesis is multiplication. So we need to multiply the 12 times p and 12 times negative 2. So let's rewrite the equation. 4p equals 12 times p, which is 12p, and 12 times negative 2, which is negative 24. Okay, the next step is to get all of our p's together. So we need to move all our p's to the same side. I'm going to suggest moving the 12p over with the 4p to get it away from that negative 24. So subtract 12p on both sides. We end up with negative 8p equals negative 24. Now, negative 8 is being multiplied by p, so we need to do the opposite, or the inverse operation, which is division. Divide by negative 8 on both sides. We end up with p equals positive 3. Now, as any of my students will tell you, we need to check this next. So, we plug it back into the original equation. 4 times 3 equals 12 times 3 minus 2. 4 times 3 is 12 equals 12 times 3 minus 1, which is 1. 12 equals 12. Good. That means p is 3. Our next example is 5 times the quantity of k minus 2 equals 10 times the quantity of 3k plus 9. So, order of operations again. We have to check inside our parentheses, is there anything that can be simplified on either side? Okay, there's nothing that can because k and negative 2 are not like terms, and 3k and positive 9 are not like terms. We don't have any exponents, so we move on to multiplying. So we need to multiply the 5 times the k and also the 5 times the negative 2. And then we're going to move over to this side and say 10 times 3k and 10 times 9. So let's rewrite this. 5 times k is 5k. 5 times negative 2 is negative 10. Now, when I say this is negative 10, you might be thinking, well, that's minus 10. We can read this, if we read it in the sentence form, we would say 5k minus 10. However, we know that the sign that's in front of it needs to stay with the number when we're solving for these. Okay, this equals 10 times 3k, which is 30k. 10 times positive 9 is positive 90. Now, the next step is to get all our k's together. I know 30k is bigger than 5k, so I'm going to subtract 5k from both sides. This is just so whatever we have with our k is positive. You can subtract 30k on both sides. Again, there's a lot of ways to solve these, and my 8th graders have talked about this in class quite a bit, that they want to do different steps first than somebody else did, and that's okay. But you have to do them correctly, otherwise you will not get the right answer. Okay, negative 10 equals 30 minus 5, which is 25k, plus 90. We need to subtract 90. Negative 100 equals 25k, divide by 25. Negative 4 equals k. Now check. 5 times negative 4 minus 2 equals 10 times 3 times negative 4 plus 9. Okay, back to the order of operations again. Parenthesis, 5 times what's inside? Negative 4 minus 2 is negative 6. Equals 10 times. We do what's inside the parenthesis first. And we have multiplication and addition. What do we do first? Our multiplication comes first in order of operations. 3 times negative 4 is negative 12. That's going to be plus 9. Negative 12 plus 9 is negative 3. Okay, 5 times negative 6 is negative 30. And 10 times negative 3 is also negative 30. So that checked out, and our answer is negative 4. The last example that I want to show is just going to be a little bit different from the other ones when we get to our answer. So the first thing we need to do here is distribute the 7 into our x minus 1. 7x plus 5 equals 7 times x, which is 7x, and 7 times negative 1, which is negative 7. Now, I expect you, when you write these, to be very neat. Try to copy the steps exactly and kind of try to line them up a little bit so I can see your thinking here. Okay, the next thing we need to do is get our 7 x's together. Get all our x's together. So we're going to subtract 7x, subtract 7x, because what you do to one side of the equation, you must do to the other. 7x minus 7x, oh, that's 0. Okay, so we end up with 5 equals negative 7. Oh my goodness, what do we do? Well, is this a true statement? That's what I'm going to ask. And 5 is not equal to negative 7. So we say the answer for this is a no solution. Okay? If, for some reason, this happens, it would be a no solution. And that is how we solve multi-step equations in 8th grade math.